Okay, this is for the Online QBA course. I know a couple of you are saying that you're not really understanding what it is you're supposed to do, and though I've sent out an email earlier about how to handle the course, I thought I'd record this video real quick to give people some help. Your materials for each week will be organized by week in modules like you see here under the modules section. And so we have the week 1 materials, which were mostly videos that you had to watch, and the accounting review piece. And then once we got into week 2, we started exploring cases. Now, what we're going to do with the cases is you're going to look at the problem, try to build an Excel model that helps you to answer the problem. Once you're done, or if you run into trouble, there are Excel files under each case that help you with the answer to the case. And generally by Friday of that week, I will have video walkthroughs, if you're still having trouble, that will help you understand the rationale behind why I did what I did in my solutions for the cases. Now, let's take a quick look at Arts Kite's case. The Arts Kite's case is pretty standard. It's very much like Dante's canes, Kayla's Ladash's bags, and Lisa's pencils. Somebody's trying to start a business just for the summer. They have a couple of decisions they need to make, and they want to know how much money they can make based on these decisions. Now, when we look at the model for Arts Kites, as you can see over here on the right, what I do for all of my cases is I document the data that's in the case. Therefore, there's not hard-coded numbers within my equations. So tuition goal was one of the things they said in the case. They said that he thought he could charge between $75 and $150 for his kites. So that was information that was in the case. He said the materials to make a kite was $35. That was also information that was in the case, and so on. So here I have all the information that was in the case. These two pieces of information are assumptions that I made about my solution for the case. So because I was dealing with depreciation in the case, I assumed what I thought the depreciation period was for the case. And if it turns out that I'm wrong, then the person that uses the model can quickly just change this to whatever the right amount, the right depreciation period is for a laser cutter, without really any fuss. As far as I'm concerned, if your model is correct, even if your assumptions are wrong, but they're properly documented, you still have a perfectly correct model. So after my facts and my assumptions, I also have my decisions. In the Arts Kite's case, there was 3 decisions. He had a price that he needed to set, he needed to decide whether to buy or to rent the laser cutter, and he needed to decide whether to use the kiosk or the shop as his location. And then based on these decisions, these decisions help drive things like the price. The price was driven by, the quantity was driven by the price. I believe the equation given at the end of the case was 100 divided by 40,000, 100 plus 40,000 divided by the price. Yeah, 100 plus 40,000 divided by price. That was the last line of the case. And I just put it in the floor command in order to make it neat, but you can look at the Arts Kites walkthrough to get an understanding of that. The final section was the income statement, because when we think of profit, we think of an income statement. And this uses the information, the facts of the case, the assumptions, and the decisions to come out with an approximation of what we think Art's profit would be at the end of the summer, which is what this question is asking. And that's all a quantitative business analysis is, as far as the way we deal with it is looking at the facts of a case or a problem, pulling out the facts that are important, quantitative facts, and building a model to help people make decisions about that case. Now, when you're looking at this information, what you're going to want to do is like I said, you're going to want to view the videos and view them several times if you need to, and then for the week, and then go into the cases and try the cases first without looking at the answers. If you can't figure the case out or you get stumped, then go ahead and look at the answer file and then go back and try the case again. If even looking at the answer file you're still stumped, then go ahead and do the video walkthrough. It's pretty much the same thing I would do if someone came into my office and they wanted to understand what was what. I give them the same level of explanation, and we will endeavor to have that for every single problem that we do in QBA. So by the time we're done, I probably will have had to have recorded 60 videos, and you'll probably be tired of hearing my voice. But once you've done that, and you've got an understanding of the case, if you need to go back and review a week's information because you're trying to get ready for a quiz or a case on one of the at-home cases, then all you should do is go back to one of these cases and then try it again. Read the case information and then create an Excel file from scratch and work it through. These cases are formulated, as I said, of these 6 cases, 5 of them are very similar. These cases are formulated to set you up to pass the quiz. If you can handle these, you can handle the ones in the quiz. And by the time we're done, you will have done enough different types of models that you should be prepared for handling the models that you'll find out there in the real world. That pretty much concludes the little piece I was putting together for today. If you have any additional questions on what you need to do in order to do well in this course, please feel free to contact me by email, or post something in the discussion forums, or come to my office during office hours. If you don't know what those are, they're 12 to 2, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Well, actually, I'm sorry, they're 12 to 2 on Wednesdays and 11 to 12:30 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thank you.